Greetings, fellow carbon-based bipeds. I am Scott Rose, and you are watching Explosions and Stuff. Today, I'll be reviewing the 1989 film Snake Eater, starring Lorenzo Lamas, Robert Scott, Josie Bell, and Cheryl Jeans. An overview of the film? A family taking vacation in a houseboat is attacked by members of a backwoods family. The Hicks kidnap the daughter and blow up the houseboat, making the husband and wife's death look like an accident. What they didn't count on was the girl's older brother, Jack Kelly, being a retired member of the Snake Eaters, the Special Search and Destroy Division of the United States Marine Corps. Now Kelly is out for revenge and will use all of his skills to get it. The pros of this movie? Well, first of all, it was very well written for what the movie was. They didn't get bogged down with trying to have too deep of a story, or trying to introduce a love interest, or having some sort of twist ending towards the end. It was just a straight-to-the-point action movie. It was one of those movies where you just shut off your brain and you're entertained by it, and I loved it for that. It didn't try to be something it wasn't. The redneck characters in this movie, it was the actors' jobs to just be creepy and make people feel uncomfortable. And they pulled that off beautifully. I didn't like the characters. Like, if these people were real people, I would hate them and I think they were horrible. But they were amazingly written characters, and the actors did a great job of bringing that creepiness and general sense of dis-ease from them and general uncomfortableness. The actors brought that to the screen beautifully, and they embodied it as best as possible. I loved that. There were a lot of humorous moments in this movie, and they were just campy humor, which I personally love. I think it was very lighthearted, and it brought some humor to the movie. It made it sort of lighthearted at points, and it showed, hey, this guy isn't all just seriousness and just stereotypical action hero. He also has a lighter side, and he's playful, and I love that. It made the character of Jack Kelly more believable and more human. I also loved how this movie it showed Jack Kelly's skill set right from the very beginning. And that was fantastic. You know, it showed the kind of skills he would bring to combat these people who kidnapped and killed his family. It showed just how talented and how skilled he was and the type of things he could do. And that he wasn't exactly all there in the head, but in a good way in this type of situation. The cons of this movie? Well, the acting, in all honesty, was pretty stiff from a lot of the characters. I was able to get past it, though, because of how entertaining the movie was. But in all honesty, if I was to be objective, the acting was pretty stiff. None of these guys are going to win an Oscar for Best Actor. That's just a given. The acting was, most people would say, really stiff. One of the things that annoyed me a lot was the character of Jack Kelly had this nickname of Soldier. Except everyone called him by that nickname. They never really called him by his actual name. Everyone just called him Soldier. Even his little sister. Which didn't make any sense to me. I thought that was really silly and unnecessary. And it would have felt, their relationship would have felt closer if she had called him by his real name. Another thing I didn't like in this movie was apparently every woman in this universe wears a white t-shirt. None of them have ever heard of what bra. They don't know what a bra is. And they're always getting wet. No, you don't need that kind of thing. It was unnecessary. And it was just, what are you doing that? To get guys to watch it? They're going to watch it for the action. You don't need to have these women in wet t-shirts with nothing underneath it. That's unnecessary. Move on from that. Another thing I didn't like was that, really, with the redneck characters, all they really had that made them bad guys was the constant threat of rape. They never actually showed rape happening, but they were constantly threatening, oh, I'm going to have sex with you whether you like it or not. No, do something else aside from rape. Come on, be more developed. I get that their one goal is to, continue their bloodline. That's their motivation for the whole thing, is just They want to have more children and continue their bloodline. But can you have something other than rape to make you a bad guy? Really? My favorite action scene of the movie would have to be the bar brawl within like the first 20 minutes of the movie. It's not necessarily a serious fight. There's a lot of comedic elements to it. It's very slapstick. But it's still very entertaining, and it's quite possibly my favorite fight scene of the movie. You have people using tables and bottles and all sorts of things to their advantage, and I found it to be quite entertaining. My overall thoughts? This movie knows exactly what it is, and it doesn't try to be anything else. It's not overly pretentious. It doesn't beat you over the head with unnecessary plot twists or love interest. Really, it's just Lorenzo Lamas fighting rednecks to save his sister. I give it one thumb up. It's not perfect, and if some things were changed, I would have enjoyed it more. However, it's still a solid low-budget action movie, and I can see a good number of people really enjoying it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like it and subscribe to my channel for new action movie reviews posted every week. Also, if you have any recommendations for movies you would like me to review in the future, please leave them in the comments below. Thank you, and have a nice day.